rolling. All right, so like I said, the guy's cheating on you. Not cheating, but he's found someone else. He has. If he can't communicate or whatever, look, guys, just it's
a very general one. Why can't some men communicate? Like if you're going through something, tell me. So it sounds like they've had a lot of this, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you don't know, but at the same time, I don't want to assume. But if someone's just stopped communicating, maybe he's going through something. But 9 times out of 10, he's found someone else.
Yeah, but I guess like have you asked them like, yo, if they don't want to chat to me, innit, just say, innit? But
that's desperate, innit?
Is it?
Yeah, it's a bit desperate.
Don't want to chat to me, just say, man. Why have you got to be like that for? I've called you 6 times, 7 times. Answer your phone. I'm outside your house.
Bit desperate.
No, don't do that. All right, cool.
Bit desperate. Yes. Also, I think a lot more people need to just get to the stage where, like, listen, I am the shit, innit? Like, I am the prize, innit?
But don't say that though, because that also sounds desperate too. No, I'm a catch, you know. I'm a catch.
Definitely don't say it. But no, you've got to say it to yourself. Like, so if someone isn't messaging you, more for them letters, buy, block, delete. Yeah. You lot need to get familiar with the block button. Ooh. I know a lot of people will tell you, oh yeah, no, that's like an immature way. It is not, bro. Outside, out of mind. Put it this way: back in the day, if you stopped talking to someone. It was much harder to contact them because you'd actually have to find their landline and make time for. Same thing, bro. Like those days, if you blocked someone basically back then, it was just like, I'm not going to answer their phone call.
I blocked somebody the other day because they kept on posting their coffee from their chain coffee shop, and I was just like, it's a shit picture. No one cares. No one cares that you're having a coffee. It's the really shit thing to say.
You were having a really bad day then.
Is it? No, I'll just block it, man. No, I don't need. I don't need an update of when you're having caffeine.
You don't need to block.
Do you ever? Block and delete, bruv. Would you ever, like? Come on, though. Would you ever just post having a coffee, a normal coffee? There was no like pomp and ceremony around it. There was no special design in it. It was a
people like
coffee.
To keep people updated about their day. It's not something I personally would do, but. Some people enjoy doing that sort of stuff, but I always tend to think this is why I never vlog, right? And people are like, "Oh, you should vlog," and I'm like, I just think my life is so boring. But there are lots of people that are interested in boring, mundane lives, and they like, oh,
not me.
Yeah, not me.
I enjoy boring for myself, man. Get me. I wonder what my vlog would be like. Just taking another shit.
No, yours will be like, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So today we are heading back to the studio. Busy day. Was in the studio, did a couple of emails, and then we were like, but yeah, had to get changed, and it was exciting because I had an event with Shaw.
I big up Shaw microphones. 100 years old. One of the few brands I've worked with, and they're not paying. Few brands I've worked with for over 20 years, bro. You get me?
100 years.
You've used a lot of their mics as well. Whenever you do stand-ups, you use a Shaw mic, you know, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, man. Right.
Got them, man.
Okay, cool.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I got a bachelor's in film and television.
Sorry.
And then I went on.
What a waste of 3 years that was. No, I'm joking. And
then I went on and got a master's degree in film and television.
No, that was a waste. That was a waste, yeah.
So now I'm 24, unemployed, never been employed, and I don't know how to get a job with no experience. Any advice?
Find a time machine.
Yeah.
Fucking go back to when you were 18.
Have you heard of the multiverse?
Is that thing?
So that's
it's like that thing in Interstellar.
Yeah.
You know when it's just like, no.
And it's them picking their course, isn't it? Oh, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Film and television, because that's a thriving industry.
No.
In fact, if I do well enough, I could do a master's. No, don't do it. What's going on?
What is that?
What is going on? That was
yeah.
my phone. That was my keys. They're like,
no, don't do it.
Yeah.
No.
So I think
before I give you like some nice advice and stuff, I have to roast you a bit for this because what the fuck were you thinking you were gonna get when you're seeing nothing but remakes like being made on TV and on video? Did you not think to yourself this is a dying industry?
Did you do a module on live remakes of films? Because I think that's quite common. Or how to squeeze the most out of IP. That would be a great module to take.
Did you evaluate how many original ideas had been commissioned in the last 10 years?
Yeah. Really, they should have like a module on like Fast and the Furious, because we know that's not going anywhere, innit?
Bro, they made a flipping F1 film, bro. Like, come on, man. If that doesn't tell you they're out of ideas, I don't know what will.
It is. I mean, listen, it looks like a good film, but I reckon that is an idea of F1's popular, let's do an F1 film.
There's like 10 race films and that's it.
Yeah.
10 racing films.
Right, okay.
That are decent. About, like, do you know what I mean? So, like,
yeah.
I don't even know if it's 10 racing films that are decent, but there's like a handful of racing films. So you, by default, become one of the best ones. Anyway, if you have not, bro, let me tell you one thing, yeah?
Honestly, I think the multiverse is where you need to invest time in. You need to find a universe where there are jobs and settle there. I think that's the good
jokes aside, I haven't had a day job in years. All the jobs I got were every job I ever got, bar I think one, and that was Apple, was through referrals from people.
There you go. So
Apple was the only one that never looked at my government name and was like, nope.
I'm sorry, what? Not round here, not that round here, mate. Not round here, mate. Ain't ever that round here, mate.
Not round here, mate. No. Yeah. So, all right. Listen, I mean, I don't know. Indeed, is that a job site? Indeed actually asked me if I'm still looking for a job the other day, and I was like, I submitted my CV here 10 years ago. What?
Wow, that shows the scarcity of jobs in the market. Look, if you've got a bachelor's in film and TV, and you want to get into film and TV, you're gonna have to have.
He just wants money at the moment.
Yeah, Is
that he or she?
They just said no.
You don't even know.
What would you say? Look at the email. What would you say? Right, giving the name away. What would you say?
Listen, I have no idea.
I don't know. Yeah, it could be. But either way, I think, look, if you want to get a job in the industry,
consonant vowel, not consonant. Sorry, yeah.
You got to get any job first, and then you got to work on getting some work experience in the
honestly,
industry.
Just fucking because I would argue now that employers don't even look at your qualifications; they look more at your experience. So
yeah, my route in, I got a degree, but my route into radio, what's made me stand out on the CV was all the stuff I'd done in the clubs and all that stuff, because it almost looked at my age like I was lying. So did I ever tell you this story? So I was sitting down in One Extra having a chat with Lisa, big up Lisa, and I was for work experience, right? So
Lisa Mafia.
So I had my CV, and my CV says like, bruv, I'm 19 in it, or 20, whatever. My CV says like, you know, says like booked Boy Better Know, and gave them their first Boy Better Know night in Iron Apple that solely there's like, book these artists, Miss Dynamite, Wiley, whatever, all these artists, right? I reckon looking at me going, fucking talking about you liar. But I think Target came in, DJ Target, and was like, Bronzy, what's going on? You right, bruv? Yeah, he's cool, man. He's cool. Yeah, man, long time, bruv. I ain't seen you since we were in. And I was like, that kind of like sealed the deal. Which was luck. So basically be lucky is what I'm trying to say, yeah.
No, but you've got to make your own luck. You've got to do a lot. Look, listen, first of all, find a coffee shop or something, work for you, because you need to be earning money. Well, I don't know your situation. If you're 24 and never had a job, then you're probably doing all right financially.
Ask mum and dad. No, but Kay's right. Get a job. Get any job.
Get any job first.
Any job. There is no job that you should be ashamed of. If it's cleaning, if it's doing whatever, working in shop, whatever, just get it 9 to 5 and hold on to that 9 to 5 dearly, right? And then get some work
experience
on the side.
If it's something in film and TV, you've got to hone in on what it is you want to do within film and TV.
Specifically.
And then you maybe have to do, like, I don't know if it's directing, maybe like direct a short film or something, try and get a couple of friends together, do something like that or whatever. Social media is your friend.
Got to make your own shit.
Yeah. If you want to get into the TV and film industry like that, then social media is your friend. You've got to start making this stuff. And that way you can show it to companies and be like, look, this is what I've done off my own back. I think what people love to see, I think particularly employers, is a bit of get up and go, a bit of initiative, right? Because you don't believe how stupid most people are. So if you are seen to be somebody that can take instructions without needing it explained to you like a 5-year-old child, then you will do well.
Yeah, Kay's right. If you can receive instructions, if you work hard as well,
not late,
if you're not afraid, punctuality is number one. And also if you don't understand something, explaining that you don't understand it and having that, being brave enough. Don't be like, no, I don't know what you're like be humble, learn, But yeah, and it's tough out there. That's the best advice you can say, innit? Or rob a bank. Have you ever heard about crypto? You thought about getting into crypto? Is that bad advice?
Honestly, I have no idea what I'd do if I was if I didn't do comedy.
Okay.
Somebody asked me right now, what would you do if you didn't do comedy? I was like, I'd be poor.
Bro, you know what, right? This is probably quite vulnerable of me to say on the podcast, but what else do I do, bruv? I'd have to start again, innit?
You drug deal.
Again? No, joking. I just...
No,
do you know
you
what?
find something-
I'd be a good electrician, you know.
No, I think do you know what it is, right? I think whatever you did, you'd be all right. You'd find
I'd
a way
make it.
to...
Of course you have to.
You'd find a
No
way
choice.
to like even if you were an electrician, I don't mean that even, but like I think if you're an electrician, you wouldn't be somebody that was just working for someone. You'd have your own...
I'd want to work for someone for a bit to learn the ropes. That's how you
when
learn.
you're 18, 19, but I think...
But now I think,
Like,
yeah.
imagine if all the stuff that you put in, if you're an electrician now, you'd have your own a Sparky firm, whatever, builders. Might be like Asheville, innit?
Who knows? Multiverse, innit? Need to go find that and go jump in. But like, yeah, man, it's like up to totally change your skill set. That, you know, it's crazy for me. Because then technically I'd be in the same situation as the last person. I'd be like,
got
yo,
an electrician
qualified.
to change a socket the other day and it cost 100 quid.
There you go. And could you imagine, now with AI and stuff, you're going to need electricians to help keep the electricity around there. So they're going to be more and more valuable. There we go.
Very valuable.
Right, okay. I think I know what you're going to say for this, Kae. I've just a look at this. This is another Ask Us Anything. What would you do if you found... Sorry. What would you do if your boy was physically abusing his wife? You witness him bug out over cold tea, switch, then goes into the other room and you hear a slap. He sits back down. What are you on? Asking for a friend. So you're at your mate's house.
No, you don't need to
He
explain
takes a
it
sip
further.
of his tea.
You don't need to explain it further.
All of a sudden
You
he
don't need to
becomes
explain it
Trevor
further.
from EastEnders.
You don't need to explain it further. This is... we can't make...
I'm not making light of it. I'm
light of
saying,
the
yeah.
situation.
But I'm just saying, though. I'm saying this, though, Kae.
How cold is the tea? Is that what it's- No, I'm joking.
How hot is the... No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
All I'm saying, if it could be, in my mind, he goes in the room, we hear a slap, and your friend comes in, sits down, and then start holding their face because they've been fucking told. What the fuck are you talking to about cold tea? Bud off! Slap in their face. But
What if...
I don't think this
but
is
you
a
don't know. You don't know. If you heard a slap, it might be a slap on the arse. That's a fucking great... That's a fucking great cup of tea. That was love. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, look.
Come on, bro. Like, what we're humans,
What do you
innit?
think we're gonna do,
yeah,
bro?
Yeah. What, like, say, bruv, what the fuck you doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Right.
I mean,
But we
yeah,
cracked a joke about it because that's what we do on the pod.
Yeah, I
Thank
mean,
you. And it's the
honestly,
Patreon. Fuck
yeah,
it. You made us do it.
probably be like, yo. I'd probably go up to the woman and be like, yo, you all right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Then maybe get the police involved if needed.
I really feel like we do need to ask people if they're okay, even if we know they're not sometimes. Like, I was walking down the canal the other day and this bunch of teenagers...
Behind a woman just at 30 meters.
I was actually just behind a woman, right? And a bunch of...
hood up going...
And a bunch of teenagers, Kay's gonna love this because this feeds into his idea of me. A bunch of teenagers were there and they were like young teenagers, but the kid held up a stick and was like, you can't pass here until you give me something. So the woman had no choice to either walk him back or fall. Like, and the woman was small and the teenager was young but bigger than her. And I just walked over. I had my AirPods in, but I could kind of tell. I just walked over and the kid looked at me and just moved the stick. And then the woman walked behind me. And I was like, are you okay? Like, after a few steps, she was like, oh yeah, thanks, I appreciate that. Because at the end of the day, it's just some kids in it. But she still had to be like...
At what point did you slap the youth and go, if I ever see you doing this type of shit again?
Do you know what? On the way back on my walk, I was talking on the phone. I said, yeah, yeah. And then one of them went, yeah, yeah, like that. And I went, sorry, what was that? Like, quick. And they went, oh, nothing. And I was walking away and their friends went, pussy. To them afterwards. I was like, shame. But like, it annoys me because kids test boundaries. And for me, I'm fine, innit? Even if the kid held up sticks like, you're not going through, I'll be like, yes, I am. But you need to ask people if they're okay sometimes. So keep an eye out for other people.
That's such a lose-lose situation because even if you thump up the kid, you thumped up a kid, innit?
Exactly. I'm not going to be happy, but like, I feel like...
I said I'll thump someone up on stage the other night.
What do I say?
This guy, I was like, oh, you must have seen a lot of shit to this guy. He's like, yeah, I'm looking at some right now. And I was like, oh, that's not nice. You're 66, I could thump you up right now.
If I would tell anyone. Yeah, man. But I think I'm in that age bracket now. I think
pump you up right now.
I think if someone was to best me, fist to fist, I think it's not a braggadocious thing. I'm an old man now, bruv.
No.
Don't guess yourself. But do ask other people.
Marcus Bronzy.
Do ask other people if they're okay. I do say that. So if you're worried about someone, like whatever, like or a friend or whatever, do reach out to them and ask them. That's really important to do, man. Do you get me? What? It's true though, bro.
Sound like one of them mental health adverts now, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Gosh,
Listen,
that one was a really serious
course.
problem. Like, I hope that isn't a real life scenario.
Yeah, okay. Right, here's another Ask Us Anything. What's your mantra for the summer? Mine is, the money will come back.
That's a funny one. My one is, there's rice at home.
Do you want to know my one? I haven't got anything left. There's nothing left. I haven't got anything.
By the end of the summer, that's what I'm going to be doing as well. Bro, fucking hell. Bro.
But yeah, the money will come back. But mine is stay inside.
There is a
outside is
battle.
expensive.
There's a constant battle between you only live once and nah, bruv, like keep like save up and yeah.
Kae, I believe at our age, I think if the phrase YOLO was to leave either of our lips, I think that's an embarrassing statement to make at our age. We've lived enough now, yeah?
Yeah, I mean...
So maybe it's like...
Well, the guy that popularised that doesn't grow up. That's the point.
So maybe for us, we're like... I might be like, oh, go on, push the boat out. I'll have another slice of toast. That's the kind of excitement that I'm putting in my life right now. Do you get me? I'm like, do you know what? Go on, let me push the boat out. I'll have dessert tonight as well.
It's so crazy how, as you get older, like, you're just like, oh, parents were like, right, with this... sleeping early thing, wake up early thing. Right? So I had to do a gig on a rooftop, and this noise that was bleeding from somewhere else, that was a rave that was next door to it, and I was just like, this is loud while I'm on this rooftop, and that's like downstairs in another building. Imagine being in there right now. Like, I would go out of my mind. Anyway, the real motto for this summer would be to enjoy the vibes.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy the vibes. That's my motto.
Okay.
Don't think too much. Enjoy the vibes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I let that one settle in. Just let that. It was just good one.
What about yours? Apart from there's nothing left.
There's nothing left. I'd say my mantra for this summer is treat yourself, but not too much. That's it.
Moderation, so
moderation.
Moderation.
But let's live on the be on the naughty side.
Moderation.
Let's not go too crazy. So maybe have a glass of wine, not 6. Maybe have an extra bit of food, but not like 3 burgers. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're at a barbecue, we spoke about that before. A non one. Honestly, because it's the first time we're doing it, if you do want us to say your name, you got to put it in the writing because I don't want to hot someone up. Hey, Kae and Marcus, love the pod. Listening to your old episodes got me through a very boring recovery from back surgery. Oh, I'll put the word back in. From surgery. My question is, am I being unreasonable to straight up unmatch men on dating apps whose profile text, or even worse, their first intro message is clearly written by AI? Telltale formatting / tone / even accidentally leaving in the speech marks. It shows laziness and a lack of personality, but is this simply the future of dating? PS, for context, these are normal, average, verified men, not model catfish types. This is a clueless court, by the way.
Yeah, anybody using ChatGPT to chat to girls, you're a loser, bro.
You got no game, man.
You are a loser, bro.
Yeah.
You are unmatch them pussy holes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, I just said that, but like, no, unmatch them pricks, man. Like, they are, I can't even begin to suggest how deplorable that is. So what's he going to do in real life?
Exactly. So you have all this chat, right? They're going to be like, for example, oh, he's so cheeky. He's so hilarious and cheeky. And you meet him in real life. Hello.
I will say this though.
You're right.
I had a couple stock lines that I would use for everyone that match with me.
Go on then.
To start off.
Right. Go on then.
Thanks for approving of my face. It works.
Do you like dragons?
It works, innit? It works. It's like that was like, it was like, haha, okay, yeah. and then it was like, it'll be something else. Gets the conversation going.
I've never fucked with any of that shit really. Like I was on like Tinder Mark 1. Yeah.
Those were the days.
Tinder Mark 1 when it was
a meat market.
Tinder Mark 1 was enough to put me off online because I realised
you could get
the personality and the whole dating stage had just disappeared. Tinder Mark 1 was if I like you and if I swipe, is it left or right for the like? Right. If I swipe right, you're getting jiggy tonight. That's what it was. And I was like,
this is dangerous.
This is too powerful. This is what's going on?
Marcus
what's going on next?
With my photos, my build. This is ridiculous. You wouldn't have survived, to be fair.
But there's a whole culture.
You would have
around,
had like 10 children.
There's this whole culture around like dating now, which is part like online. I'd possibly say is bigger than in real life dating.
I think yeah, you're correct. I think people meet more. I think it's more normal now to meet people online than it is in real life.
Do you not think that's wild though, bro?
Do you know why? Because a lot of it was, can you not approach us while we're with our friends? And then men just got really like scared to approach women in public again.
Yeah, but learn the fucking tact, innit? Learn some tact. Yeah. Yo, what's going on, girls?
Yeah, but do you know what? Do you know what the hardest part of it is, right?
Yeah.
So if you get rejected like that in person now, like you might turn into someone's TikTok story time.
Yeah,
or like,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we were at a bar, this guy came up to her. Why can't men just fuck off and let us enjoy it? So then like you're just like, fuck that, man. I'll just.
Yeah,
but I do.
It can be a bit of a hit to like your confidence to find out if you try and chat someone up at a bar and they ask for Angela after talking to you. Innit?
Yeah,
that would upset you.
Also, that whole thing about asking for Angela, right? Yeah. That was meant to be something that only women knew about. Yeah. Now it's just common knowledge.
Worst kept secret, isn't it?
So if a guy, why are you asking for Angela, bruv?
Am I a dickhead?
Am I a dickhead asking for Angela? So it's actually really bad.
Is there a male version of that? Do we ask for Angela?
No. But
why not?
I've been trying to think of slurs that I've been trying to invent slurs for people that are in love with ChatGPT. But I've come up with binary bonker.
Binary bonker, okay.
Yeah.
Chat wanker. I don't know why.
I'm putting them into my set. There's a whole bunch because I just think like we need slurs, man. Like we're losing a lot of slurs.
Yeah.
Like rightly so for a lot of them.
Yeah.
But we need to bring some slurs back for people that like use ChatGPT and that sort of stuff.
GPT, yeah. Chat twat. I'm on it, bruv. There's loads
chat twat is great. Chat twat's great. Chat twat. What a fucking chat twat.
Have you heard about Dave? Bruv, he's becoming a bit of a chat twat, you know.
He's a fucking chat twat.
He's dating his phone for 6 months. How do you actually know if it is AI? Because people all like to think they know if it is AI or not. How do you know you're not just...
Say something like this.
Because guys you might just be talking to someone who talks like that. You can be quite robotic with your messages sometimes to me. It's almost as if they're like every time you press a key on your phone to respond to me, there's the disdain is just leaking onto the... K's the only person to write cool for me, KL, that's it.
Let's go through it. Let's go through how many times I've ever done that.
K's the only person to start a message with a thumbs up, and that's it.
The only time I've said KL is the only time I've probably done that is referring to Kuala Lumpur. That's
yeah, it was quite a good chat actually. Yeah, you're right.
That's about it. I've never said cool with KL.
Cool.
What was the question again? How do you know if someone talks like that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not robotic with my message. I'm just to the point.
Yeah.
The one thing I cannot stand is when people you haven't heard from in a long time, and you know they're asking for something. Yo, Marcus, man, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? How's your mom? How's Mumsy? Yeah? How's the boy? Okay. How's life?
And then they chill. Next day. Yo, bro. Mad one. Hate to have to do this. Shut up, man.
Do you know what else I don't like? Speaking about messaging, this message. Hey, Kay, if I text you this, are you free on the 13th of August?
For what? For what? What am I free for, bruv? Because if you're asking me, am I free for a bungee jump or if I'm free for a coffee, they're two different answers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Are you free on the 13th of August?
Have you got a spare ticket to 50 Cent? Yeah? or do you want to do something else? That might be something that.
So I was someone's +1. I was Duran's +1.
Okay. To bring you, in case you are new to the Patreon, you're new to the Clueless Clan, Kay has been bearing a grudge of sorts.
Because you went to 50 Cent without me as payback for me getting to Kendrick Lamar without you. So now, like, we were even in it.
Yeah.
So now I went to 50 Cent as someone's +1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
How was it?
Bro, A Boogie with a hoodie, I didn't see him.
Mm-hmm.
Mary J. Blige was good, but I didn't.
Just a legend in R&B in New York, but cool, whatever.
Yeah,
she was just Mary J. Blige.
I was in the box. So
Did she perform Family Affair?
I didn't hear that, you know.
Oh, okay, cool. You were just in the box.
Yeah.
You had another box experience.
We were in the promoter's box.
Oh, you were in the promoter's box. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay,
really.
so you really saw 50. So one could even say it's a totally different experience to being with the Great Unwashed, isn't it?
Really, yeah.
Did you get served beverages and food as well?
Yes.
What did you have to
little
eat?
Burgers and
little sliders, yeah.
Little fish and chips in a little bowl.
How many did you have?
Just had one of each.
Had one of each.
Yeah, and
that sounds quite nice.
Like desserts and cakes.
Desserts and cake. Oh, that's nice.
Nice little drinks.
Soft drinks as well.
Yeah, loads of soft drinks.
Did you have? Do you treat yourself to a full fat Coke? You know.
No, I had a Diet Coke.
Had a Diet Coke. Okay,
couple of them, maybe 3 or 4.
Get to go 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was great.
See, the South London's telling you, yeah,
it was like being 13 again.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It was like being 13 again, and then I was just like, I was like, how lovely to watch something in a nice seat, great back support, and then
seated, yeah.
But then that walk to the thing is just mad. That walk to the nearest bit of public transport.
Oh yeah, to Tottenham Stadium. What's that? Because obviously there's a lot going on there now.
Seven Sisters. You're just like walking for 20 minutes to the.
Is that the best? Is that the best way of doing it?
Yeah. 20-minute walk, bro, to a station because they lock off the roads as well.
They need to sort that bit out, though, bro. That's living around there must be hell. But I'm just saying, like, that's the one bit of gigs that I hate is the getting in and getting out. Like, and I get it, to get 100,000 people into like Wembley or Tottenham or the like.
It's not 100,000 people. I think whatever. I think it was about 50,000 people.
Okay, but to get that amount of people into one place, I get it. It can't be the smoothest transition, but I hate it so much, bruv. It's just
there were people
long.
like playing 50 Cent on like some of the shops.
Heavy
on the run up to it, like afterwards, or like there was these little council estates that all you heard was like somebody like set up a DJ booth and they started like playing 50 Cent and stuff, and it felt a bit like Carnival.
Yeah,
you know, at the end of Carnival,
that
kind of vibe. The actual concert itself was great. Yeah, it was.
It's
fun.
got a big catalogue in it.
Yeah, loads of hits after hits after hits. He tried to go off after in the club, and then it was like, oh, if you want 50 Cent to come back on the stage, done a little bit of an encore.
Is it I'll Whip Your Head Boy?
Yeah, he done that. He done If I Can't Do It towards the end, which was great, amazing. But yeah, there was a few from like later albums where I was like, but then he had the actors from Power
got them out
on stage with him, like Tariq and
the
other one.
Did he bring any acts out during the show to come out with him? Like there was Jeremiah when I was there, and there's like a woman that was like basically having sex on the piano.
No, only A Boogie, and then Tony Ayo was his hype man.
Whatever Yayo knows has kept him close to 50 for all those years. Did Yayo perform some of his tunes though?
No.
He didn't do So Seductive?
He did do So Seductive actually. Yeah, he did do So Seductive.
Yeah.
Oh, you.
I love it.
Who know who you with? It's G Unit.
Having this shit. That was heavy, man. But you enjoyed it. You had a good time, yeah?
It was a great time.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Great time.
I'm happy
Great
for
time.
you.
I realised not something I want to do all the time, but nice every once in a while. I was trying to think how many modern artists there were there that I would like to see like that now.
I think that is.
I much prefer a concert over a festival. Let me put it like that.
I think you're onto something there. I think you're definitely onto something. Now, what would be a great shame
is if I was on my phone. Yeah, I was on my phone during the interval.
Okay, all right, because there is evidence of this. I'm looking at a picture right now.
Do you know what's so
I'm
funny?
gonna share.
When was that? When that was taken? Yeah. When that was taken? Yeah. I was like, "Fuck, Marcus is gonna see."
When I saw it, by the way, I'm gonna share this with the patron. When I saw this, I was like, Oh, we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. You should do that as a video. Like, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, I was on my phone still.
I'll share this with
I think that was
the
when
Patreon.
Mary J was on.
Is it? All right. Well, we're gonna have to just ask Darren, innit? Because he'll be the one that will tell us the truth.
I think that was when Mary J was on.
He was there. So let me share this. Let me share this with the guys.
Take the text out.
Yeah, I'll cut the text out. Don't worry. Can I? Yeah, don't worry. It'll be in the Patreon, guys. You can see it, and you can pass judgment and tell me whether you think Kae was really. No, I'm leaving the text in. That's great. Who was that? Darren that took that, yeah?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was on my phone. But like everyone's on their phones, man. I've seen you on your phone in like busy events.
Where have you seen me on my phone at busy event?
I'm not gonna go through it right now, but
yeah, whatever, man. Whatever.
You're on your phone.
All right, cool. One more before we get out of here then, Kae, shall we? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, actually, there's two more. One is very short. I think a bit of a weird question, but I'll put it to you anyway. Kae Kurd, how much weight are you trying to lose?
Probably about 4 or 5 kg more.
Good. Kae, you know what? Big salute, bro. I've seen you on your journey. It doesn't get any easier.
I have been. Do you know what? Shout out to everybody as well in the messages. I keep getting messages recently going, "You're looking good," whatever.
Good.
Some a bit more explicit than that, but
yeah. Like what?
A lot of people going, "You're making me." Yeah.
Okay. Hard.
There's been a few that I've had to just leave in the requests.
Wicked, man. Wicked. Yeah, there have been a few questions in there asking about me and Kae. Off the market, mate.
We're both off the market.
STC. Yes, more than
Is
STC,
that what they're
mate.
asking? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of people. Yeah,
we're both off the market, unfortunately.
Sly ways
Not
around
for us,
it.
guys.
Yeah. But for guys, I'm joking. Right. Visiting parents. You'll like this one. We'll wrap on this one. Visiting parents. This is Ask Me Anything. Visiting parents living in Germany past 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why have I come to realise that London has become an absolute Scheißerhole?
London has.
Litter everywhere. Already fraud activity on my card and I haven't been in the country for a week and people on the streets have no manners left. What's going on? Or is it just me?
Immigration. COVID, I don't know. Something happened after COVID and it's not gone back to the... But I will say this. Britain is still better than a lot of other places.
I know people that are well off when they get sick and they live in other countries. Should have mentioned that bit. When they're sick, they come here for the NHS because they're like citizens. They come back here to get looked after. However, let's break this down. Why is London a shit up? Litter everywhere. Right, litter everywhere. I just think people. People are just
it's
more
summer
messy
as well, though.
Yeah. That is true. Fraud activity on your card. I mean, I think it's fraud sometimes as well, but I realize everything's just expensive. I'm like, I just get a couple of cans of Coke.
I think you've just had a bad few days, mate.
Yeah.
Well, if I have fraud on my account, I'm gonna start going, everything's shit, world shit, you're shit, I'm shit. Yeah. London has deteriorated in certain aspects, but I think that's just to do with the global.
The London manners thing is a bit of a tricky one because I get it. Like when you're outside of London, because you might be from a country part of Germany. I don't know, but like if you live in a country, right, in the countryside, and you're walking to work, you see 2 or 3 people on the way to work. You can be like, "Hello, how's it going, mate? Everything good? Yeah, sweet."
Absolutely.
London, if you did that to everyone that you saw, you're not getting to work. So you just got to get busy, man. Sometimes it's just, you're right, bruv. If you see someone
as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so people have got somewhere to go. So we haven't really got manners for like chit chat and stuff. And I'll be honest, if someone started trying to talk to me as I was walking down the street and I didn't know them, I think they're a bit fucking weird. If I'll be honest. If I was, imagine me going to them like, "Are you right? How's it going? What's your name? Why are you walking away so fast, man? Hurry up, man. I'm walking to it." Like, it's a bit odd.
Yeah, it's a bit, man.
Really. Anyway, I think we should bounce after this, Kae. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Kae's like, yeah. We can do one more if you want.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Fucking hell. Fuck's sake. Pyramids.
What about them?
We don't know how they were built. How did we lose that information? How do you think they were built?
Well, I mean, slaves. I think slaves.
The key ingredient is slavery.
Which say what you want, does get stuff done.
It's not the kind of receipt that you want to keep, though, innit? In your history books,
It's not.
you don't. You kind of,
But then-
if anything, you want to lose that information.
But then most of the buildings you look at in the world, even right now,
Even countries, bridges, infrastructure.
slavery. It's it does quite well, doesn't it?
It's a productivity hack of sorts. That's why certain people fought for it to stay in certain countries, because it made them very wealthy without spending anything at all.
So we just got to decide who we're happy with.
I think what people need to remember is, right, how did we lose that information? I mean, that's actually a good point, but like, Egyptians had like 6,000 years of history, bro. We've only got 2,000. Them lot, they've been doing stuff for time. Like,
I think they
were more advanced than a lot of other countries.
No, of course. My little conspiracy theory is that they had access to a different type of technology than we do. So the way we have access to electricity, they may not have had electricity, but they may have channeled something else that we aren't aware of.
Like what?
I don't know, but that, like the way they've lined up the pyramids in some aspects and stuff like that, they may have had access to something
Like
that
an
we have
astral energy of sorts.
I don't know. Like, it's something that we can't comprehend, innit? Or like,
Comprehend it, Kae, mate. Try.
We don't know about, innit?
Cool.
Like, but the idea that aliens came down because they don't want to admit that people from Africa.
100% is African slavery, bruv. African on African slavery as well. Actually, did they mix slaves from other parts of the world? I think they did
there
that as
was
well.
Jewish slaves as well.
Yeah, they did that as well, didn't they?
There was a lot of Jewish slaves as well.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Fucking hell.
There was a lot of slaves everywhere.
Yeah.
Just getting involved.
But we lost the information because...
Yeah, but you do lose the information. But I think, that like they must have had access to something else. Because there's way too many things that they've got that people go, oh, it's...
They were very advanced. Even in literature as well, very advanced. There are versions of the Bible that are being verified that have text that's different to today's Bible, which shows that the text has changed over years. So there's stuff that's in Bibles that are found in Egyptian paperwork. You remember I told you before they found loads of porn over there? Do you remember that? No, they found lots of erotica over there because they were very... Right, they like the spicy chat.
Everyone in history has been fucking, bro. Like, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So, like... When you feel that something down that area, you're like, whoa, this is...
Yeah. So they used to write about it, like fiery loins and all that stuff. And they used to have these like things called like Oni pyramids where you'd sign up. Sorry, that's a shit joke. But yeah. So there's all sorts of history over there.
So what was the question again?
How do you think they were built? I think it was slaves, and I think it just took really slowly. That's
there was
my
this
answer.
AI generated thing where like giants helped to make it, and I was like,
Giants.
yeah, can we just like stop with this bullshit now, please?
Yeah. No,
Okay, you know when they say, oh yeah, we can make it now with the science of today, is that a myth?
you can make it. There's literally guys that show you how to roll around massive stones with like there's this old man who shows you how to move very heavy objects with sticks, logs. You roll the log along. You can move stuff uphill. You just have to do it very carefully. Like obviously, they didn't push the stones up the pyramid. They would have had scaffolding that went around it that slowly went up. It's very possible. You just need a lot of people. Remember, there's no health and safety, so you need a lot of people who are willing to die or be killed if they don't do the work and work crazy hours. There are some slaves that like their whole life was just building the pyramids, and they died.
What a legacy.
Well, I don't know if they're remembered though, innit? Like, but I don't know what happened to the
None
history.
of us are going to be remembered. Even like, bro, there's some people that were like selling out tours in the 60s that none of us have a flipping clue about.
Of course.
And that's like, I think about how long that is. That's only about 60 years, and we don't know them.
I find that quite freeing though, that no one's going to care on the whole scale of things. Like, I'm happy with that.
The most famous person, like all right, say like Michael Jackson for example. Yeah. How many young people are listening to Michael Jackson right now?
Probably quite a lot, actually. That's a really bad example.
I don't think it is as much as you think.
Yeah?
I don't think
You don't think he's still doing numbers?
I think he's still doing numbers because people our age and above are listening to it. I don't think younger people are going, ooh, let me slap some MJ on.
Well, even like in Halloween, you don't think like Thriller pops up a little bit?
Thriller does, but that's like, I think it's because of Halloween. But I'm talking about like in terms of like, you know.
Yeah, he will go down as one of the greats.
It's like Sinatra. Every generation passes, less people listen to Sinatra, don't they?
Yeah, that's true. So we
Fewer
won't.
people.
So it's not going to be like Mozart or anything like that. Because I think he's still quite well known, but I don't ever have like a hankering to listen to Symphony
You don't
Number
listen
7.
to Bark.
I called it Bark.
Bark. There is Bark as well, bro.
Yeah, that's Bark.
You got to listen Bark
Don't
to
listen
Bark.
to Bark.
Bark to Bark.
But yeah, man, look.
I don't know how the pyramids were built apart from slaves and like they used some certain things. I don't think it was aliens. People going, oh, yeah, it's aliens that came down and built it, and then.
Yeah.
Like,
do you believe in aliens?
I don't believe in aliens in the way it's like we portray them as like these big headed things that like start fiddling with our assholes and shit when they abduct us. I just think, are there other living things on other planets? Yeah. I think the possibility is this, right? If they've had the technology to come and view us, I think they've just left us alone.
Yeah, they've gone, brother.
Basically. I don't think they benefit from anything, from like taking us over in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I think if anything, we have more of a motive to go and take over other planets than they do.
We're a bit like that house down the road that's had like a smashed window for 6 months. Do you know what I mean? That never puts their bins out, but their bins are full.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you might want to cross the road when you're walking down that bit of the street and be on the other side of the road. Yeah, the mattress out the front. That is a bit like what we've done. But and also the idea of when people are like, oh, do you believe in aliens? I'm like, what does it matter? What does it matter? Like, if there are other life forms, like, people are like, yeah, but there's other life. I'm like, yeah, but you get in the sky in a plane and see how far away that is from Earth, let alone somebody from another planet, bro. You're not fucking seeing them. You're not seeing them. And if they have the technology to come to Earth, we can't defend ourselves. Yeah.
There is no way we're defending ourselves. I hope I'm making that. I don't care how good Independence Day was, right? There is no way in hell, if other life forms have made their way here, if they've got the technology to travel from another planet or another solar system to get here, that we're going to be able to defend ourselves. It's not happening.
I agree. I would like, though, I've said in the past I don't want to go space. If we had like space travel like they do in the movies, I'd like to do that, though. You know, it's like, it's just like a cruise ship, that kind of space travel.
I'm still not going.
I'll do that. You don't want to do that?
Nope.
I'd love to do it.
I don't even like going on normal cruise ships.
You don't?
No,
Why?
There's no way. Oh, let me just go on the water and stay on a fucking boat.
Does that scare you more than a plane?
I think it's nonsense.
Oh.
I think, like, if you're going to go to places, experience the culture, have fun.
I've done a cruise before. I was probably a bit too young to do it. You don't really, it's like a whistle-stop tour. You don't really get to absorb the culture.
So what's the point? Do you know what I mean? You're just on a boat the whole time, and it's like, oh yeah, but the boat's nice. And it's like, I don't give a shit. You're still on a boat. It's not like I can just go traveling anywhere or do a run or something. Do you know what I mean? And see the sights. It's trash.
It is mad that such a big thing can have, like, I don't know, indoor basketball court, indoor and outdoor pools. Like, I do find that mad how we've managed to create these cities on.
But why would you want that? Like, when you can actually go to somewhere that has a proper indoor.
I agree with you. If I go to a country, I want to go there, absorb the culture as much possible, and chip. Like, but I want to spend some time absorbing it. I don't want to just have a whistle.
I think people that go on cruise ships are the worst of humanity. Bill Burr's got a great bit about it.
Really? What is it?
He's like, we should start like bombing the people on cruise ships first.
Fucking hell, that's strong. That's a strong open.
He starts describing it like in general, because he's like, they're cultureless fucking pricks that, you know.
I'm trying to think, are we seeing British people as cultureless?
I hate when people say that. British people aren't cultureless. And I really, what I do despise is,
you're not, I'm going to call you British here, but you're not cultureless, but you're British, right?
I'm British.
I'm British. I'm not cultureless, so I think that's.
This is one thing.
We are. I don't think we are the vast majority. Though.
One thing I hate though is me and you see ourselves as British. One thing I do hate is when there are people from ethnic backgrounds that cuss Britain, but then when you're like, all right, would you move back to your parents' place? And they're like, no, and then you're like, why not? And they're like, and you're like, so you're British, and they're like, no, man, fuck. And you're like, whether you like it or not, you're British, innit? Like, with a lot of your mannerisms, the culture that you grew up with and things that you like and things. To have like a disdain for the place you live, I often feel like, I get like the colonial aspect of like past decisions and stuff, but for you to have a massive disdain for the place you live, it's not healthy and it's not good. I think it breeds a negative mindset. you've got to try and be a force for good in the country and make and fix it from the inside outwards. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's why I part of the reason when a lot of people are like, oh, I'm leaving this country, and you're like, and then they claim to love it, and I'm like, yeah, but you can't claim to love it and then just leave. Do you know what I mean? I love Britain. I love London. I can't see myself living anywhere else in the world. When I go to other places, I'm like, this feels nice, but then I'm like, yeah, but I'd get bored here.
Oh, how the coin has flipped. Oh, how you have changed your tune, Kae. I like it though.
The West is finished still, but the West is finished.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I maintain that.
Right.
We are on a steep decline.
But you're staying like the captain of the Titanic, which you wouldn't have gone on because you don't like cruise ships. You're staying on this ship as it sinks. I'm staying here,
bro, because where else am I going to go?
I hear that. I think it's quintessentially British to moan about the Britain. That's fine. That's what we do. Yeah, we moan about the weather, moan about the government and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. A lot of people they don't realise how it is bad here, but it is a lot better. And
I see a lot of videos from people that move to like certain Middle Eastern countries and stuff, and then like after about 18 months they come back or whatever. There's certain people that live there forever and they love it. There's other people, but like
I know people that have gone to Dubai and been successful, but it's just not home for them.
No, I've got it, of course.
These are culture people. They get involved, everything's gone, and they're going, you know what? It's good, great for me, but I
think Dubai is great. When I go there on holiday, I really enjoy it. But I'm like, could I live here? And I look at certain things and I'm like, I couldn't live here. Although safe, clean.
Yeah.
I couldn't live there because
comedy scene isn't big enough there yet.
Absolutely.
It's good.
No, it's not just
the mid-capacity venues. Just don't quite.
No, it's not just that though. To be honest, but it's things like. It's part of the reason I love Southwest London so much, because there's access to so much greenery, and I love that much greenery. I love being able to like be within 20 minutes of a park or a common or something. Whereas I feel like when you're in the desert, it's a bit hard. There's different natural beauty. Like there's beaches and stuff that are very common, but it's like I don't think there's as much things to do on a beach as there are in a park or a common.
Well, you know,
that's just one example.
I think I mean, listen, you're just a proud British fella, man. Like, that was a quite uplifting speech that you gave.
I think a lot more people as well from ethnic minorities need to be a lot more proud of the place they are from. Like that.
K for mayor or K for? I'm just thinking.
Don't make me mayor.
K for councillor.
Turn this into Londonistan again. I've already got one of those guys. I'm not getting involved in any politics in whatever shape or form.
No?
Nah. Mugs game, mate.
You sure?
For 80 grand.
Because that sounded like a speech for like, you could almost get you on the MBE list for that. You kind of got that kind of energy there, bro.
Nah, mate. No? If you can get me in Wimbledon.
Yeah. That's the new Blue Peter badge, innit? An MBE. Because that gets you in places, right?
I saw Austin Darbo got his MBE.
Yeah,
he said he might wear it with a flooded out chain to wireless.
That was my idea. I
know, but he's got one, so it's so funny.
Oh, man. If only there was a picture of me wearing a mayoral chain, man.
Anyway, we're getting out of here, guys.
Yes.
Have a good one. See you later.
Peace.